Welcome. Welcome one and all to Stone Soup Poetry on another Wednesday night in another remote location in parts unknown. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm in my bunker, and hopefully by next week I'll actually be in my office, which is in a sense another bunker, and I'll have a whole bunch of books showing my prestige that I can brag about. I'll be looking forward to that, but tonight we're parts unknown on the first floor where my girlfriend doesn't have to hear me. So I'm going to welcome you all, and I'm going to welcome and thank Blackbyrd. Give a round of applause, virtual round of applause. Put your hands together 30, 40 times. This is our attempt to not only support Blackbyrd's work, but also to help support a friend to Stone Soup and a friend to poets all across the city, that being the Dudley Cafe. I'm going to be putting a link for those of you who haven't contributed yet. The Dudley Cafe has been an amazing friend to Stone Soup. We've held several shows there in conjunction with the Society of Urban Poets and also by ourselves and with other groups, with Tony Rose and others, with Lo Galuccio. And it's been a great open mic spot. It's a great atmosphere, great environment. And it would be a very big shame to have that place go. Blackbyrd has her own fundraiser. She's over halfway to the $200 goal. I want to meet that. I want to crush that, smash that. And if we can do that, if you guys can do that and help in any way, shape, or form, just even $5 will go a long way. And if you can share, that would even be better. So I appreciate all of your help. I appreciate those who've donated so far. And without any further ado, let's get to the open mic so we can get to introducing, at long last, Miss Blackbyrd. We're going to introduce the first person who came onto the Zoom call, aside from myself. She is a poet, author, organizer. She got censored from Facebook, so there'll be some information on Thursday about her Brownstone Poets virtual reading that I will share with everyone. She's unable to share currently. She got banned from promoting, which is irritating, but that's not above Facebook being the dick every now and again. Hi, Facebook, can you see us? We're live streaming on the Stone Soup page. How are you? Anyway, dick move, Facebook. But more on that later. Let's welcome up Patricia Kerrigan.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you very much. Okay, going to read this Marilyn Monroe poem. Brand new shit.
No shit.
New shit, baby. Bookworm goddess. She sang happy birthday to a president, and everyone loved her. Or did they? A platinum blonde enchantress, a bookworm goddess who wanted to expand her universe. We were never told her actual story when we were programmed to be sexy, play characters designated for men and women, never in between or outside the roles, never to be thinkers, questioners, cerebral wannabes, or rebels with a pencil, pen, or keyboard. You found yourself on the shelves of 430 books, scribbled poems after your imagination spoke with Joyce, Proust, Hemingway, et al. Your Norma Jean face writhed in conflict. And yes, your conflict was beautiful. And who were we to critique when beauty had roots in imperfection and judgmental eyes saw what they wanted to see, never in agreement? But we never saw that back then. Only a platinum blonde enchantress whose alleged suicide ended her dilemma. The pill bottle's silence left us guessing, and too many of us still thrive on gossip. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Up next, I was actually worried about this boy. He was talking about being sick and he couldn't be on any Zoom calls, and he wasn't on any Zoom calls for like a week or two. I'm glad he's back, and I'm glad he's back under disco lights. And I'm glad he's second on the open mic. Let's welcome up Bill Lewis. Let's welcome up Bill Lewis and ask him to unmute his mic. Bill? Your mic's unmuted, not muted. Your mic is muted.
Thank you very much. It was a great honor. That was one of the favorite poems that I have ever done. It was that moment of inspiration that allowed me to perform for you so excellently. I hope that you
I
didn't
call
miss
bullshit.
any words. Why do you put up with me? I do not understand why.
I'm just glad you're not
put me
sick.
to
I'm glad you're just
Facebook
naturally
jail.
being like this.
Is there a stone soup jail for people like me?
I'll let you know, but let's have you continue.
Who am I? What am I? Why am I? Does the world even care that the pandemic comes, and what good am I? It's nice to talk about what good other people are, but what good am I in this time? Where have I been? Have I been the person that I need to be? Have I been there when people needed me? Have I been the person that I thought that I should be? The kids. It's always the kids, you know. I'm gonna die soon, so who gives a flying fig about me? As long as the kids will do better after I am done. What else do we live for but those wonderful little rascals that we hate so much and destroy our lives? Who am I? Why, this am I.
Thank you, Bill. Let's bring up next part of a duet. Oh, hey, Joshua. Are you able to speak?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just
You want?
something came in broken, so I wasn't sure if your mic was working. I'll put you on the open mic, okay?
Why not? Thanks.
Awesome. Glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. No COVID, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling them prior to the record that I'm going to be going in for my second dose of the Moderna vaccine. 5 people took it. 5 people I work with took it Monday. Only 1 came in on Tuesday. And then the rest came in on Wednesday looking like, ugh. So, well, okay. 2 out of the 4 came back. 3 out of the 4 came back looking like, ugh. The 4th one still stayed out, but I know that person's a wuss. But anyway, and she probably just wanted the kids to stay away because it was a boring Wednesday. But so far, and I had to take a COVID test on top of that, which they still haven't told me about. So fun. At any rate, let's hope I'm curable. Let's go to our power couple, the first half of our power stone soup power couple. Let's go to Jen Rowe. Jen, are you there?
Hi, I added to something I was working on last week. It's kind of a prose thing.
Go for it.
I sit at a triple window, 3rd floor of a triple decker on Dorchester Ave between the Kearney and Ashmont. I sit on a cedar chest from childhood. My younger sister Bobby refinished it, took off the quote unquote brick contact paper off the top where we tap danced with leotards on our heads for long walks and sang along with Mitch Miller and the band. Now outside on Dot Ave, an SUV pulls over and the driver gets out bags of empty cans and gives to the homeless woman who pushes a grocery cart of cans and cardboard every morning towards town and returns pushing that cart each evening. There's an old cemetery couple blocks up with mound crypts. I think she overnights among the tombs. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That was Jan Rowe, one half of the power couple of Jan Rowe and James Van Loy, the longest lasting Stone Soup celebrity marriage that we know of. I'm going to be muting certain people if their mic, if you have a TV or radio in the background, it would behoove you to lower the volume. But that being said, if you have joined here for the first time and you can't wait to hear Blackbyrd, she'll be coming after the open mic. And if you want to participate on the open mic, then you can, you can raise your hand, or you can unmute yourself and just let me know. Or if you are at a laptop, you can just enter in that you want to participate in the chat. And with that, let's bring us now to next person on the open mic, oddball contributor, longtime substitute host and for Stone Soup and volunteer. Let's welcome up Mr. Ed Gentleman Galt.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Behind me is one of the buildings along Atlantic on the Greenway, one of my photographic pieces. This poem here is called Eviction. Eviction. The lawyer was silhouetted against the light from the window behind the judge. I remember him hoisting his file cabinet-sized briefcase upon the table in front of him, a burly hand gripping the handle. It was a big hand. I represent landlords and their claims against tenants, he said. I could not see his face, just the hand and that big briefcase. A woman stood at the bar, a little girl in tow, her hair held back with a heart barrette. She explained that she had lost her job, but that she was doing everything she could to pay the rent. She said that she even sold the car, her car, to pay the landlord what she owed him. She said this a number of times at the trial, but she didn't have a cabinet-sized briefcase. She had small, delicate hands and a soft voice. Soft voices weren't being heard in court that day. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. And I see we're joined by Eric Tate. Thank you so much. I got you on the open mic. And let's bring up next a musical interlude, courtesy of the man who I call the Pulse of Stone Soup. Can't wait to get him back live so he can play behind all of our poets, Mr. Ethan Mackler.
Thank you, Chad. This is The Solidarity by Nathaniel Parker Willis. Alone, alone, how dear it is always to be alone. In such a depth of wilderness, the only thinking one. The waters in their path rejoice, the trees together sleep. But I have not one silver voice upon my ear to creep. Thank you. Back to you, Chad.
Thank you, Ethan. And now, who do we have up next? We have one of our phone callers. Not everyone joins Stone Soup by computer or video. We do have some people who are able to join us by phone. I keep on hearing that Martha Boss is going to join us. She's been staying, I believe, with her daughter and has been very tired lately. So hopefully the boss will be back at some point. I'm in constant communication with her daughter. Tonight was not the night, hopefully next time. But tonight we do have our regular callers. First one up is, and she can unmute herself by pressing *6, is Nancy Dotson.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Joy. Joy means love. Riverbeds overflow with water. The sun sparkles with no melancholy. Pleasure stimulates joy. Joy is the buoyancy of life. My spirit has joy, and its currents abide within. Communicate life. Respond to love. Unconquerable gladness dwells within you. Joy.
Thank you, Nancy. And now, up next, it's been a lot of people like fading out because of health and then fading back in. I'm very thankful for that. This next person is one of Oddball's newest columnists. And by Oddball, I mean oddballmagazine.com. His incentivized column, which pays tribute to any number of poets that he bases his work off of for any given day. It's an education in poetry. It's an education in a new poetic form, which he invented. And on top of that, he's also been one of our best contributors in terms of the changing political climate and the topsy-turvy news. He's been able to directly comment on it the way few people can. Let's welcome up Mr. Joshua Corwin.
Whoever that guy is. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate that. And by the way, I must have done a tiny bit of a good job. I think for one of the pieces of the piece, Baraka, that I put, because when I tried submitting it, I tried sharing it on Facebook and stuff. Facebook just like started messing up the way it was posted and gave me a lot of trouble, especially rearranging the words where I said, you know, look at this poem that explores the link between social media and political polarization and the rise of Trump. Well, guess why? Because clearly, you know, Facebook's guilty of that kind of stuff. So makes sense, you know. I'm gonna read a poem, Growing Older, that was actually nominated for the Spillwords Press poetry thing for 2021, and you can vote for it by going to Spillwords Press until the 30th. It's Growing Older. Return my distant sorrows from magnolias, branched and blossomed beyond the lucid air. Where have you gone, my gentle ghost? We share the shore with naive excitement, like dreamers, waiting for the illusion to be over, or for the prosecution to rest its case in silent house. I lay awake, drunk with memories, and watch the azure lake dry up all my sorrows. Once I was young and weary from all the noise life had to offer. I knew better then than I do now. Thanks.
Thank you, Joshua. Let's see what we have next. The list is getting smaller and smaller. We're almost at Blackbird's feature. Next person coming up was actually one of our earliest features for Stone Soup Online. He had been with the open mic in the past, moved away, and now it's great to have him back in a as a participant again in the open mic. Let's welcome up Mr. Eric Tate.
Thank you, Chad. I've got a poem here that I did about the storming of the Capitol. I wrote it a few weeks ago, but I didn't get here in time to read it last week. But I hope it's still sort of relevant. But and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate Amanda Gorman's The Hill We Climb, because I mean especially like writing a poem just on an occasion like the storming of the Capitol. Even something like that, it took me. I mean, it's not something that came easy, but it's not really my kind of writing. But I really admired her poem just because she could do the situational type poetry. But this one, a coordinated effort. They moved on the mall like a bitch. Security conspicuously absent. Men with bullhorns corralling the crowd, directing it forward. A mob ascending with insect frenzy up and over Capitol walls, carrying forward the barricades meant to keep them out. Unholy caped crusaders dressed for insurrection as the patriotic superheroes they perceive themselves to be. Painted faces, star-spangled capes, this confederacy of dunces used brute force and bulletproof shields to gain admittance through broken perimeter windows. Some surprised they'd made it that far, milling around the portico, taking selfies for posting on social media and wondering what to do next. Others simply slipping inside through doors left ajar by sympathizers, roaming the halls with a rifle slung over one shoulder and a Confederate flag over the other, calling out the names of the speaker and the vice president with objective capture and assassinate. As congressional aides stowed away in safe rooms, discovered panic buttons had been ripped from the walls. The scope of sedition was just then being realized. The Capitol was under attack by people dressed as bald eagles, patriotic ducks, even Abraham Lincoln, sure, but also under attack by the closet insurrectionists facilitating this coup. A Capitol police officer, a lawmaker, trundled off to safety alongside other lawmakers. Hell, maybe even the congressional intern who sits among other interns on the floor of the safe room, hugging her knees and trying to maintain an air above suspicion. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Let's see, unless we're joined by anybody else, I think we're getting towards the end. Before we get to our penultimate closer, I'm gonna say, Nava, if you still want to do one, you're welcome to, but for now, I will go over to our other person joining us on the open mic via phone, who has been doing it just about since the start, since we started doing this back in May. She was doing it she was recovering from an injury. She was able to do it from her hospital bed, essentially. And she hasn't stopped now that she's home, and we hope she never stops. Let's welcome up as I help unmute her. Oh, one sec. Here we go. Carol.
I'm unmuted. Okay. First one is, I dance. When I am afraid, I dance like a small ball of fat on a hot skillet. And the poem I wrote yesterday, what dawns? In his dream, he was ground up in his mother's mouth. At the museum, he spread his arms and screamed at the sight of the bleeding Christ. If he were breathing now, what dawns would be reflected on his face? Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you very much. Looks like we're having an issue with Blackbyrd getting back on. I hope this gets resolved quickly. For now, we'll move on to the closer for the open mic, the other columnist we have on hand. Oh, good. Blackbird's joining us now. Whew, thank God. Don't want phone troubles.
Hi. So.
Oh, yes, but yes, as intro, this is our other oddball columnist. His column, It's All One Thing, is published every Thursday morning without fail at 11 a.m. And he's been one of the longest running Stone Soup open mic contributors in its 49 and a half year existence. Let's welcome up James Van Looy.
Hi, everybody. So I have this poem here. It's called Grim Jim Me. Even as I am the Grim Jim, I'm a very lucky me. When I was first discovering childhood fascination with books and reading, I became obsessed with a young fellow's story of being driven from home by pure petty prejudice, only to find that community itself threatened by flood from an eroding land bridge dike that must soon give way to sea waves that would soon cover the homes of the people in a cataract of cascading water that would course for months. When I was that young boy, I looked around and I saw all the old growth forest of Michigan cut down in a single generation in the CCC mass replanting these endless rows of same-size trees. Only now, I finally realize that the 1930s famous Dust Bowl may just have had something to do with the mass deforestation that allowed the sacred water to pour heedless from the land. Only now do I finally realize it is real that the water rises along the global shore, and all I can do is to go out crying on the common, all hands on deck for our imperiled common craft. But just like the boy's story, straight from Plato's cave, no one can hear Grim Jim Lucky Me. I'm Jeremiah in Jerusalem, The Babylonians do abound. The present is so precious eternal, while I cry on the common, sacred, indigenous burial ground common. A very lucky, lucky, grim Jim, me. And let me finish with a little song here. Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me up forever, but I ask you, please, don't fence me in. Just turn me loose. Let me straddle my old saddle underneath the western sky. Oh, my cayuse, let me wander over yonder till I see the mountains rise. Want to ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Can't look at hobbles and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in, oh no. Don't fence me in.
Oh, heard that long time.
Wow, wonderful.
Thank you very much, James. And it looks like we've sorted out the computer issues from Blackbird's end. So unless Nava wants any opening words, we're going to go right to the feature. And I'm going to be posting, as the feature is happening, a link to the fundraiser where if you can donate even a few dollars, that would be a great thing, because for anyone who would ever fantasize coming back to going to Boston to see Stone Soup after everything happens, or just even going out, the Dudley Cafe is a place where Stone Soup has created a lot of great memories. A lot of other organizations have gone over there to perform, to host events, slams. A lot of people who are on this call have been part of those events. A lot of people who, there's a couple of people on this call like Nava who helped organize their own events. And the Dudley has been a real source of inspiration and community. We don't want that to go away. So I hope if people are able to contribute and pass along, because Stone Soup for our 50th, if it happens in May, I don't know if it's going to, but I would love Dudley Cafe to be one of the options to have our 50th celebration, anniversary celebration spot. I spoke with them on Monday and they actually encouraged us to try and work together again. So that is going to happen one way or another in 2021, believe me. So I'm also very appreciative of Blackbyrd, who I can't say enough good things about. Past Stone Soup feature, past Stone Soup host, longtime open mic participant, multiple Stone Soup host, actually, multiple Stone Soup feature, I should say, in at least 2 different locations, at the Out of the Blue Gallery, in its last location on Mass Ave, and of course in the new location at the Assemblage Gallery, which hopefully will be ours again to visit one more time. Author, poet, performer, musician, and jack of all trades, as seen via her Instagram profiles, which I'll also link to later. She's working on a book and an album, which I hope will be able to debut. I hope we'll be able to have another duet alongside Ethan Mackler. I'll be very excited for that. And of course, I'm very appreciative of her taking on this crusade for the Dudley. Hope more of us can do that, and I hope more of us can join in. And I hope you can be there. I hope we can show you in some capacity her feature on February 5th. Is it Blackbird? Yeah, February 5th. I don't know if I'll be helping with that. I'd like to, but we'll see how that goes. And Nava the Butterfly is going to be one of the people performing that day as well. So hopefully we'll have some way to patch this in for the rest of us and to continue to raise funds. But for now, here she is all to ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together 30, 40 times for Blackbyrd.
Oh, that's for me. Thank you. You guys can unmute yourselves and say hello. I want to hear y'all. Can they unmute themselves? They can. Yeah, unmute yourselves. Say hello.
Hi.
Say hello. I want to hear some voices like hi.
Hi.
Can't hear nobody.
Hey, we expect great things.
Hi, Black.
Hi.
Oh, I feel the love. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I'll promise I won't curse. I'll try not to.
Aw.
All right. Thank you so much, Chad, for doing this, for helping us out with this. How I was able to get on this crusade to be able to save Dudley Cafe was I won a contest.
Oh.
Nava the Butterfly and Didi Delgado put together, and I bought like 14 raffle tickets.
Whoa.
And I won. So, and I wanted to do something else too, to go further. And I started the fundraiser. So, and to my surprise, it's kicking off really well. Of course, I contributed myself, because I'm not gonna just do this and then I don't help out too. So at least the best way I can. So I really appreciate you all. I really appreciate Nava the Butterfly and Chad for being my rock and my inspirations, my motivations, my go-tos whenever I need help, personally and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to do 20 minutes, right, Chad? 20 minutes. So I figure let me get started with the introduction. Introduce you to Blackbyrd. Me. One second, gotta drink some water. I know that you're expecting me to stay like this, right? Be stagnant, low self-esteem, a failure, right? But I'm sorry to inform you that I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. Spell it out and maybe you'll understand, overstand, whatever you choose. Just please step aside while I go reach for my greatness. A scorned yet strong queen, readjusting my crown, please excuse me. I've been pushed by some envious people trying to block my vision with their negativity, please excuse me. I've been shot with a gun by some toxic people trying to kill my vision with their words. So please give me a sec to fix my crown. Confidence, persistence, consistency, these 3 words all describe me. My name is Blackbyrd for a reason, because I came from a life that was filled with thorns. That's why my wings look so torn. Because I spent many days trying to fly over the cuckoo's nest, dealings with culture vultures trying to change me, a sweet and gentle me, into a bittersweet and aggressive me, but I fly and I fly. I keep trying, so I fly and I fly, though it's hard, I keep flying. My wings are so torn, but I fly and I fly, I keep flying, trying to reach the sky to touch God. Because I have to break free, trying to ignite the goddess in me, Break free from this tradition that's holding me back. Break free from this religion that's setting me back. Break free from the generational curses that's keeping me back, because I just have to break free. I have to break free. I have to break free. With this broken wing, I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. Now that I am flying, I am flying. Nothing can bring me down. I am now unreachable. Not ever had time to fix my crown. Hi, my name is Blackbyrd, and I'm free. I am your queen. All right, so I'm gonna get into the new shit. No, got new stuff. Oh, I forgot. Nava's daughter's there. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, babes. All right, so I have two brand new, like I'm talking about this week, brand new poems that I wrote, and very, very excited to share it with you guys. Hold on. One moment, sorry. I had it prepared. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which one I should do first. I'll just give it to you. All right, this one is this one was inspired by Nava herself. It's called Living on an Island. It's a love poem. Being held in these arms give me security. I feel like I'm already living on an island filled with fantasies. Not just the sexual kind of fantasies, the heroic kind, the boisterous kind. Not allowing vultures to disturb our peace, he keeps my mind at peace. I was once ashamed until I felt shamed no more. Because he looked me in my eyes, called out my name when he said, Blackbird, you are the light coming out of a dark place. You are a star. I'm glad I listened. Although I've never heard him say my name anymore, I'm happy of the time we once shared. Fast forward, present time. I am now being held again with security, living on Fantasy Island with a man named Jaja. Love takes time. Love is patience. Love is kind. Living on a fantasy island with a man named Jaja. Life is fine. Thank you for joining us, Miss Eunice. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Miss Blackbird.
Appreciate you. Well, say thank you to Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
All right. So next one. Are y'all enjoying it so far? Am I boring y'all yet? No? You guys can tell me. You can be honest. Am I boring y'all? No? All right.
Keep going.
All right. Woo! Okay, so brace yourself for this one. This is another one. Called Blackbird. Do you mind muting, please, Miss Eunice?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly. Heart broken to pieces. Rock bottom. I made it, but I'm not staying here long. Tainted and evil souls put me here. As a payment of the love I shared with them for free, I'm misunderstood. Loneliness. It's pretty obvious when my seeds that I had planted, I can't watch them grow now by the second. Because the judicial system won't allow it. Only 1 hour every 2 weeks, that's 23 hours every 14 days, I am missing out. Have to fill in the whole of my heart with these words so my transaction wouldn't return to me void like blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly. Into the light of a dark black night. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird fly. Thank you. Hey, hey. Next one. This one is more of like a journal. So I consider myself a storyteller. And honestly, I am so excited and I can't wait for February 5th. Hopefully, yes, Chad, I will like your help if we can try to put this on Facebook for sure. Through Zoom and, go live on Facebook. And because unfortunately, like with the COVID regulations and stuff, only 10 people are allowed. And, I have myself, and that's including myself, Crystal, Nava the Butterfly, and my boyfriend who's gonna be with me. And I also have someone, a special someone. You guys may not know him, but he's also a musician, kind of like Ethan. So he asked me if he wanted to help me out. I was like, yeah, sure, of course. So he's gonna be playing the ukulele. So it's gonna be, you see, oh yeah. So it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So all right. So yep. So I can't wait. February 5th. Saving Dudley Cafe. My home away from home. A night with my journal. Before I begin, let me be clear. I am not a revolutionary poet. I am simply just a Black single mother who just happens to be a poet, speaking the truth. So here is my truth. I'm laying on my bed, watching Black-ish on Hulu. And the episode I was watching was called Hope. They talked about police brutality and not being given indictment for their actions. Zoe, Andre, Jack, and Diane didn't understand why the world is so angry, and it left them confused because they are watching their own people being gunned down for no reason. So, which brings me to this question. What about the children? What happened to creating a better world for our children? Instead, they're being distracted with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and worried about how many likes they can get for these pictures. My generation of parenting have been sucked in too with the bullshit because we were the generation that was first introduced to the social media drama. So of course, as children, we were definitely excited, not knowing that it was a setup to inject our younger generation with materialistic things instead of helping them gain better education. America, You really don't care about us Black people. Stop pretending. And thanks to Mr. Trump's big mouth, most of us are finally waking up, and some of us are finally speaking up. You have been oppressing us for far, far too long. With slavery from the 14th to the 1800s, hung, and lynched in the 20th century, and now pointless beatings and shootings from an association that was built to protect us, but are killing us in the 21st century. America, don't care about me or my family either, because you also help break Black families apart with welfare, drugs, and jail systems, purposely keeping our Black fathers and husbands locked up as a collection plate. Because the more of our Black men you have sitting in your jail cells, the better of the stock market, right? This is really degrading. You never saw us Black people as your equals. All you see is dollar signs and how much you will do to keep us down. Thanks to the greats who have been trying to tell us the truth. Martin Luther King Jr., Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Michael Jackson, Tupac Shakur, Gandhi, Louis Farrakhan, and the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali. May he rest in peace. And I understand that this world may never get better, but we can change our situation by telling our children the truth. I have a Black daughter who is 7 years old and knows the internet, so naturally it's my job to protect her and making sure she knows that she is beautifully made, because on TV and on social media, she's being shown that being Black with Nubian locks is not beautiful. But yet it's okay to have thick boobs, butt shots, and bleached skin. Y'all have no shame. I also have a Black man who is being held against his will in your jail cell and wrongfully accused of a crime he didn't commit. Constantly getting postponed to being given a fair trial, but I know your job is to keep him from protecting and feeding his family, but I am a Black woman. I am a Black woman that will do any and everything to bring her family back together again. We Black women have carried the weight of this earth on our backs for centuries. We Black women, we've been beaten. We've been raped. We've been working long hours for little pay just to put some food on the table. We Black women bear children in hopes that one day they can grow up to love all humankind, but the world today is filled with too much hatred. This is why we Black women are so strong. Because we Black women, we never give up on the people we love. You are threatened when you see Black families together, because you know that together we rule the world. So for the sake of my Black daughter and my Black future children, I will continue to tell them the truth about their real history, of how we were once kings and queens, prince and princesses of this world, and try to make the world a better place filled with peace and love in our homes. By the way, that was an old poem that I wrote when Trump was first president. Thank you. Was first president in 2016. Glad that's over. It's over. It's over. Like, he gets the out of here. Like, bye. Bye. See you later. Yes. Yes, Hunter. So, how many more minutes do I have left? How many more minutes do I have left?
I'd say just under 10.
Okay. All right. So I have a few more for you guys.
That's good.
Of course. I got plenty. I just don't want to go over my time.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right, cool. Oh. Where's Nava? She left? Oh, she
Yeah, she
left.
had to leave, but don't worry. She'll be able to see this tomorrow on video.
Okay. So sorry, I got distracted. I feel like a dove, flying in between the clouds, smelling the beautiful scent of the roses, feeling the rush of the ocean and the color of the wind surrounding me. It almost feels like paradise. I start walking forward, just curious to find out what is at the end of this mysterious journey. But as I am walking forward, I start to feel reality keeps pulling me back. With my past mistakes getting in my way, if I think about going through it again, it'll make me sick to my stomach. So I run faster and faster. And as I am running, it's as if I was almost at the finish line and onto living in paradise forever. I promised myself that I would never leave this place. And I know that people, I'm sorry. I promised myself that I would never leave this place. And I know that people would try to convince me to leave, try to make it seem like it's impossible to ever stay at a place like this. You know, those kind of people that allow fake reality to get in their way, ignoring their dreams, ignoring their passions, ignoring their ambitions, ignoring their creativeness. I promised myself that I would never leave this place. And I know that people would try to convince me to leave, try to make it seem like it's impossible to ever stay at a place like this. You know, those kind of people that allowed their minimum wage job, barely can make up their rent, stuck in their what they call reality, filling up their minds with negativity. I promised myself that I would never leave this place. But in my mind, I am free from these false realities. This is my reality, being free, being me with my creativity. I promised myself that I would never leave this place. And I know that people would try to convince me to leave, but I believe in my dreams. I believe in myself because my children depend on it. Thank you, thank you. This is my favorite poem, will always be my favorite poem. That and Phenomenal Woman, which I have tattooed on me right now. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but yep. I love, 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 love Maya Angelou. She is the reason, part of the reason why I got into poetry in the first place. And thankfully, you know, the school where I was going to, they really did teach you about Black history. They really went into depth of like, you know, people that are not always mentioned in the books, you know, in the textbooks, but they will go above and beyond and, you know, go on the internet and research Black poets, Black authors. And I learned all of that in high school. And I'm really, really thankful with that. And also too, I was a member of the Boys and Girls Club. And in the Boys and Girls Club, we had Keystone Club, which was for the teenagers. Because, you know, Boys and Girls Club, it ranges from 6 years to 18 years old. And so for the teenagers, there was the Keystone Club. And I was a member of that. And I was 15 and we did a talent show. And I tried to do this poem called Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. And mind you, there was another person that was also performing that same poem. I was like, okay, so the girl went before me, I think. Yeah, the girl went before me. She killed it. She did awesome with that. And I'm like, there's no way in hell. One, I was shy. I was very, very shy. So that's why I'm so happy that I've overcome my shyness by that experience, because it was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing because I was trying to memorize. I tried to memorize the poem, and like halfway through the poem, not even halfway, I just blacked out and just dropped the mic and just left. I was like, never again. I'm never performing. I'm never performing in front of crowds ever again. But thankfully, the poetry club, we had poetry club in my high school, and our teacher helped us with that. So Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Isn't that amazing that I'm doing this right now? Like, this is so cool. I'm 31 years old and I'm still doing poetry. I love it. It's my escape. It's my life. It's what I do. I love it. So, Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, because I laugh. Like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. I rise. I rise. Still, I rise. All right. Woo. Thank you so much. All right, I got two more. Two more to go. Or you want me to do three more? No, I'm gonna just do two. I know everybody gotta go to sleep and stuff. All right. Mad world. Assalamu alaikum. Walika assalam. Peace be unto you to those who have no peace within. I hope you find it soon. Your soul is deteriorating and diminishing from all the stories you've told, doing nothing but spreading lies, deceit, spreading hatred, jealousy. I'm talking about society. Always worried about others other than themselves, always following in others' footsteps, other than their own. Found themselves going in circles, trying to keep up with the latest trend while I sit back, watching them, making a fool of themselves in this mad world that we live in. I'm just here, waiting for my children to come home, waiting to break free from this broken system we're living on, live our lives, be happy. But they don't understand that because there is no love in their hearts, just bitterness, hatred, closed-minded, too busy being caught up in this angry and fearful world that we live in, trying to keep up with the latest trend, mesmerized by the latest fake news, ignoring the real news. For example, like the high rising murdering rates in the Black and brown community, either done by police or their brother. Or like our mothers and sisters, classified as whores as our rapists walk the streets free like Proud Boys. Our children disappearing one by one or abused, but this is America. Look what they're whipping up. They got us crazy now. Don't let them catch you slipping up. Don't let them catch you slipping up, or you'll be the next hashtag on viral. Because my love, unfortunately, this is America. All I want is my family, my peace of mind, my freedom. I just want to know, when will this madness end? Will it ever end? That's literally one of my favorite poems, and I'm truly, truly proud of myself that I went through with it. I'm very proud of myself I went through with it, because sometimes, with me, I used to be very afraid to speak up, very afraid to talk, because I didn't really talk much until I started opening my mouth through poetry. And, like that girl, Amanda Gorman, oh my gosh, that was powerful. I literally cried. I cried because when I heard that she was 22 and she did the most powerful poem ever written for a 22-year-old. And honestly, that reminded me of myself. It really did. Because at 22, I had a child. You know, I have 2 kids now. So I had a child, my daughter, who is now 11, and living in a shelter. And all I could do was just write my heart out. That's all I could do. And that's literally the moment, just watching her and listening to her. That's what it brought to me, was that moment. And how far I've come from 15 to now. So when they say, don't ever give up on your dreams, and in certain areas, Florida, poetry is not really well respected as it is up here. And I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you, Chad and Nava the Butterfly, Eric Tate, Joshua, Eunice, Patricia, Ethan, Bill. Thank you all for loving me and opening your hearts to me. So a girl from Florida, just brand new, don't have any family here. And I created my own family with y'all. So it's like, so y'all my family. So last poem. And then, actually, no. Yeah, I'll do two. Yeah, because I feel this one, yeah. I'll do 2 more for you guys, okay? And then I'll be done. Is that okay, Chad? Yep. All right, cool. I want to respect Chad and everybody else's time. All right. This one is dedicated to my baby girl, my daughter. So here we go. Yeah, it's called "It's Okay"'s poem. That's her name. It's okay. Troubles do not last always. 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 I have to be honest. I wasn't expecting this. Taking trips to the emergency room, having to leave you unattended. No daddy around, no grandma around. Loneliness becoming my company, putting my trust in the wrong kind of company. I love you, and I'm so sorry for not protecting you like I should have protected you. Please, I ask of you, my daughter, do not resent me for my lack of strength and tenacity, for sometimes mommy falls weak down to her knees, stretching out her arms for somebody to pick her up, when she should have been looking up to God for help. Excuse me. Although I'm exceptionally grateful to the participating party during my recovery, but did not expect judgment or chastisement from that same participating party. I hated that I had to be separated from you, but I also found beauty in our separation, for it brought growth, mentally and emotionally, for both of us. I found my strength again through you. I pray that you can find your strength through me. I'm not the perfect mother, but yet you find perfection in me. How do you stay so strong without me always being there to tuck you in at night? When I see you, that smile and that laughter, it's so contagious, I forget about my problems. Then I remember that I'm not able to tuck you in at night. I couldn't wait until you came home to sing and dance on the street without caring who sees us to do videos and posting them on YouTube to see you lost in your own little world dancing like you were flying, like an angel with invisible wings. I am blessed to be a mother. You are truly a wonderful gift from God. You're so intelligent, so magnificent, not to mention multi-talented too. I know it's been over a year, but now we are together again, and I will never let you go. No matter how hard this life gets, our love is unbreakable. This, I promise you. I love you. Please forgive me. To my baby girl, it's okay. Yeah. Thank you. Last one, but definitely not least, and this will be on the album. My album will be coming out July. That is my intentions, is to bring it out July. I have already started with recording. Yay, I found somebody to help me. Yay. Finally, you don't understand, Chad. Trying to get somebody to work with you, and and it just giving you the runaround. It's like, yeah, I'll help you out. Yeah, I'll be there with you. Well, guess what? I got somebody. I'm trying to make Eric Tate laugh. Not, can you like laugh a little bit? Like smile. Okay, there you are. There you go. That's that handsome smile. That's what I'm talking about. Hey. All right. Last one. It's called Journey. This is one of my latest phones too, as well. Before the other two that I did. So Journey. I don't have all the answers, but I do have love and integrity, dignity, intuitive. I've had dirt thrown at me. My third eye been blinded for a while. But when I open my mind with literature, I begin to position my body so it can learn how to stand tall. Once I've done that, I cleaned myself with the dirt that was once connected to me. I'm now planting 3 seeds with these Holy Trinity seeds. While being nurtured in love, it will flourish to a lifetime of abundance, to generational wealth and health, happiness and freedom will be left behind with my legacy. Thank you. My name is Blackbyrd. Hopefully I'll see you guys February 5th, 7 p.m. I'll be in the building, but hopefully you guys will join in through Facebook, Zoom, all that stuff. So we will be in the building. Yes, I'll be out of my house. Finally.
I promise we'll do our best to figure that out.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Blackbyrd for an amazing feature, a preview of what's to come on February 5th. And while I am still here and still online, I'm going to show you, I'm going to send a link to the Blackbyrd fundraiser for the Dudley Cafe, which, where is it? Here it is, which has a good amount so far. We've had some donations thanks to my promotion, and but hopefully we can do some more. And I'm going to,
yeah, if we can get past 200. I just put 200 because I wasn't sure if I was gonna get the help, like all of that. But hey, if we can do more than 200, even better, because all the proceeds are going straight to the store manager, Dudley Cafe. So yeah.
And I just found the link, so I'm posting it here.
But to join in the Zoom though, it's $10. So
right.
I gotta make my money too.
So I put in the donation link, so hopefully that will come up, and it looks like it's coming up now, so that's good. So the link works, and if you can take time to donate to this cause, I hope you do so. This is going to be, looks like we've already gone up to 185. And that's, I think that's
wow.
$50. I think that's $50 since we started. So thank you guys very much. Yes. I'm going to be sharing this as much as I can
Yes.
next couple of
And
days.
also,
The more we can do this, the better we.
yeah. And can I share some?
So thanks to everyone who
Yes.
has donated tonight. Let's see if we can break 200 before I post the videos tomorrow. Anything you guys can do would be much appreciated. The Dudley Cafe is an amazing business. And now that I'm actually moved into my new place, you know, the Dudley is on the short list to be a regular spot for Stone Soup. But even though that might isolate a lot of people, but you know, we'll be figuring it out, and we'll be figuring out the logistics, at least to have something. It's something at the Dudley Cafe. The Dudley Cafe is amazing food, amazing atmosphere, and there's some of the best readings in the last couple of years I've actually seen and or hosted there. So it's definitely not to be missed. It's definitely not to be lost, especially in the newly changed what used to be called Dudley Square, now Nubian Square. So it's yes.
Woo!
In honor of that, all the buses are now 15 minutes later. God damn it. Now, anyway, yeah. God damn it.
Trying to say that Black people are late. What are you trying?
No, the freaking bus system is racist. Believe me, I take a 31 now. So I see the bullshit going on here. I'm like, why is the 66 bus going like twice?
They're hating on Nubian Square. That's why.
I'm not hating on Nubian. I'm hating on the MBTA bus system. I'm wondering how come.
No. I'm talking about the bus. The bus.
Oh, yeah.
The bus people. The bus company. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. They hating on us. That's what. Yes, they're hating.
I see 366
I wanna
buses
see
for every
something
39. That's not right. But anyway, that can be for another time. I do encourage everyone to stay tuned for more news on Blackbird's reading, and hopefully we can get something together as far as for the Zoom call. And I do appreciate everyone listening. I hope I can make the announcement for tomorrow for next week's Stone Soup feature. We do have a lot of people who are coming out with new books, with new things, and we have people who are coming back. So I'm going to be asking a lot of people. I'm going to try to be asking some people who have not been able to come to Stone Soup for schedule reasons to take advantage of the online forum and to come back. So I will, Silent E, I'm looking at you. But so hopefully, so stay tuned. And if you know anyone who is interested, some people have passed names along, please continue to do so. And I'm just going to wrap everything up and just remind everyone who's on the call right now that the link for the fundraiser is there. Thanks to everyone who's donated already. And if you have donated already, then the next best thing you can do is pass it on. And if there's anyone who can only donate via mail, you can call me up and let me know that, and I can tell you where to send the money. But there are some people who aren't here by computer, they're here by telephone. So, and some of those are very generous people as well. So we'll talk more, but for now, stay tuned for news for next week and hopefully next month, all of next month's Stone Soup features. Time to do the obligatory goodbye wave so I can post that tomorrow. And wave, God damn it. And oh, there goes my first noise complaint from the unit. Okay, and stop. And good. So now I have a recording. I don't want it to be completely blurry because then it all looks weird. But thank you guys very much. Thanks to Blackbird, and good luck on February 5th. I may be one of the people, one of the blessed 10th in the audience. I'll do everything I can to try and make that happen. And hopefully when I see you next week, it'll be in front of my new office bunker, so you can see on my bookshelf, or at least I'll take a book picture of it so it could be my backdrop. But thank you all. Have yourself the most excellent of nights, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night.
See you later.